It doesn't matter if it's self-aware or not. It really doesn't matter. If there is a God, then it's a good God, and he loves you, so don't worry about it. If there's not a God, then that means there's a good force in the universe, and it's trying to do good things, so don't worry about it. So the whole point of whether or not there's a God makes no difference whether or not we believe. So I'm not trying to get into religious tangent. I don't want to talk about religion and stuff like that. I'll talk a lot about energies, because I don't think there is such thing as magic, but I think there's such thing as science we don't understand anymore. I think there's energies that mankind used to harness that we don't harness anymore. There's machines that we used to have. There's all sorts of suppressed tech that shows that magnetism is real. Tesla did some funky shit. I'm sorry, that guy was a wizard, man. You can't tell me Tesla wasn't a wizard. If you don't know anything about Tesla, go look up some of his creations. The guy had a 30-foot ball of electricity he made hover in the middle of his room to light it in his lab. That's how he lit his room with static electricity, fucked up stuff. So it's about, when you look at it that way, you have to be aware that there's good and evil in the world, right? And people go, well, yeah, okay, would you say there's good? Would you say there's evil? Well, a lot of people go, well, I don't know if there's such thing as good. No, cut the shit. There's evil stuff. Child porn is evil. Okay, manipulating people against their will is evil. Hurting people, anything to do with suffering is evil. And what is the cause of that is the whole good and bad thing. People go, what's your moral compass? And I think I've got one. I think after a lot of thinking, and I mean a lot of thinking, I came up with a moral compass. And my moral compass is that if something's made and has to do with love, meaning it is, it's a positive thing, like moms, apple pie, that whole selflessness, the whole Buddhist concept, anything which puts your trust in the universe has to do with love. And then people go, well, that's pretty big. But when you look at evil, it's not. Because what is evil? Evil, the opposite of love, you'd think would be hate. That's not the case. You see, hate by itself cannot exist. You need fear for hatred to exist. Without fear, hatred falls apart. So the opposite to love is fear. And this is why, if you understand the nature of the thing, you're no longer afraid of it. And that's why I write horror, you understand? Is because if you understand fear, you understand everything that there is to be afraid of, and you no longer fear it. And a man without fear is to be feared himself, because he's immortal. And this is all getting into the Book of Five Rings and stuff like that. And I know I'm getting pretty heady with you here, so if you're not really following me on that, just watch this 5 or 6 times and think about it when you get high, and you'll understand what I mean. But it's a case of making decisions based on fear. And by eliminating fear, you have to have control. If you're prepared, there's no reason to be afraid because you're prepared for the eventuality. So being militant, being prepared, isn't about being negative. It's about being positive. It's about thinking that, yeah, we got a chance. We got a shot at this, man. If everyone looks around, look at the news, and they're like, the world's falling apart, it's turning to shit. Everything's fucked. Yeah, why do you got the trailer and all the gear? Because I think there's a chance, man. I think we're going to be able to pull this thing back together. And I think people like me and you and whoever else wants to get on board with what we're doing, I think we really can make a difference. The only person you can control, and this was the downfall of cult, is that cult tried to control other people. The only thing you can control is yourself. And, you can have an influence on your family and your loved ones, and try to be positive with that. And when you got as much military stuff that we have in our society floating around, the military exists to deal with a high conflict situation. It's only natural that people would start to become militant. Not necessarily violent, but militant. And I'm a big fan of militants, but I don't like violence. Violence, people get hurt, and suffering, and all that, and then you have fear and vengeance, and it's a dead-end street, man, which is why I'm a big fan of defense, and I think that people should have the chance to defend their homes. So that's pretty much what I've been working on and where I'm at. And over the next series of months, we're going to be shooting pieces of tape that are going to be unlike any reality show you've ever seen. I'm not really going to try to dress it up to you. I'm not going to try to feed it to you. I'm going to have you talk with some of my friends, guys like Angus, guys like my buddy Ryan, who they're all switched on, and we're gonna see if we can figure out how to live without poisoning ourselves. And I mean a totally encompassing system. I've got designs for things to do with organic living, making sure that, no matter what, once you control that, if you control what you put into your body and how you live, the corporations lose control, because that's what the corporations have. Corporations have desire. They have you chasing things you do not need to impress people you do not like. So if you can suck back from that, no longer buy new, go with recycle. Military gear is the best gear in the world. It will last longer than anything. Why should you buy weak civilian kit, which is controlled by corporation? Corporations control civilian media, so therefore you leave the civilian media. Very simple stuff. I don't know how to do that. I know. That's why we're making these movies.
Look at what we got here. Rant.
Or Ant. Like somebody's drinking. Way too much coffee. One for me, one for me.
So what are we celebrating here, James?
5 years of insanity.
5 years of absolute mayhem.
Mayhem. Disorganization.
So are we going to sing happy birthday to Rant video? No happy birthday?
No happy birthday.
Look at that. 5 years. 5 whole years.
Of absolute mayhem and insanity.
Yay! Alright, yay! Oh, do you think so?
I'm just thinking how the hell I'm going to play this. Okay. No. Yep.
Action.
Hi, I'm Sean Kennedy, and Rant Radio is the radio station where I have my talk show. Now, I don't really care if you listen to Rant Radio. I don't care if you log on and log into the Showcast servers and check it out. It really makes no difference to me because I don't get paid. I don't make any money. I'm not even making any money doing this, which is kind of a bad deal. But the whole point of it is that Mr. Chicken cares. And if Mr. Chicken doesn't get what Mr. Chicken wants, things go very badly. Oh, shit, I fucked it up. Okay. I was going to do something like, Mr. Chicken doesn't get what Mr. Chicken wants. People die. Okay, hang on, yeah. Hi, I'm Sean Kennedy. I have an internet radio show on Rant Radio. I don't care if you listen or not. I mean, I don't make any money at the whole thing. It's kind of odd. I don't even know why I do it. It's a lot like golf, only more with a point. We do our thing. We get online, and we don't care if you listen. But there is someone who does care if you listen, and it's Mr. Chicken. Mr. Chicken wants you to listen, and if you don't listen when Mr. Chicken wants you to, oh shit, I'm out of time.
Okay,
I fucked it up.
I fucked it up that time.
Did you?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I was counting.
Oh, you suck! James Math. Okay, last try for Mr. Chicken.
Mr. Chicken's not getting what he wants right now.
Mr. Chicken. Yeah, but then Mr. Chicken isn't saying right. I'm making room for Mr. Chicken.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Sean Kennedy. I have an internet radio show on Rant Radio, Monday nights at 8 o'clock. Rant Radio is a lot like golf, only more with a point. Nobody makes any money, and it doesn't really cost us a lot, but we do what we do, and we don't really care if you listen or not. It doesn't make any difference to us, but there's someone who does care. Mr. Chicken. And if you don't do what Mr. Chicken tells you, Mr. Chicken gets mad. If you don't do what Mr. Chicken wants, people die. Okay, that'll do. That's the end of Mr. Chicken. Actually, don't move it. Hello, I'm Sean Kennedy.
Welcome to the playhouse.
Actually, that's a good one. Tell me action.